Houston in Orlando. The bearded one gets some help from Austin Rivers.
Austin said, I'm coming home with the high school, baby.
Hey, season high 25 for Austin.
Mr. Winter Park. Ooh.
How about Orlando?
The hustle.
Down by 6, Aaron Gordon showing off the range.
The hustle by Orlando getting that second and third effort.
Then Terrence Ross, not catching him in the open court.
And Terrence Ross has had 2 back-to-back.
That's not a Diesel's dunk nominee? Ooh.
James Harden, what you're going to see here, is his only three-point make of the game.
Stop playing.
1 for 17.
Ouch.
From downtown, joining Damon Stoudemire for most takes in the game and least amount of makes.
Ooh, okay.
Meanwhile, Austin Rivers had it going, 4 for 7 from three-point range. Pick up that slack a little bit. Rockets ahead by 9 in the third quarter. Aaron Gordon has evolved.
Mouse in the house, coach.
He just jumps up over the top. Doesn't matter.
And then Nikola Vucevic ties the game at 84. He was incredible in the fourth quarter. So was the bearded one. 38 points, 12 assists, 16 straight game with over 30 points. Clint Capella good at cleaning up the mess for Houston. They're ahead by 6 at that point. But then Orlando, with 3 minutes to go, they take the lead. 16-2 run by Orlando.
It's time to go through the big fella.
Yeah, quick feed. He had Capella frozen there for a second.
Mouse in the house again. That was a slow go Euro step.
22 points from Vucevic, 22 points for Aaron Gordon. And the Orlando Magic, they beat the Houston Rockets on Sunday after beating the Boston Celtics on Saturday. Now they're just half game out of that final spot in the Eastern Conference for the playoffs. Knicks, Philadelphia 76ers. The headband is on for Ben Simmons, so you know he means business.
That means attack in the paint.
Joel Embiid attacking on defense.
Get that shot out of here.
And then TJ McConnell recognizes the big man hustling, and he's rewarded.
Little trickery, coach?
No, I kind of like that pass.
Ben Simmons continuing to go high percentage, only missed 3 shots in the game.
It's pretty smart, Chris. Do what you do best. Don't listen to us Shooter's Paradise kind of guys.
Philadelphia ahead by 20, and then it's good to see the refs and the players get along.
Hey, he saved me tonight. He's not giving
Courtney Kirkland, remember, was the official that ran at the jump shooter and stopped him, not jump shooter, the foul shooter,
yes,
and stopped him from shooting the free throw the one night. Just in the act of letting it go.
How about this for a moment? For the starters, a wedgie.
Man, a block shot to a wedgie. I see you, Muscala.
Catching Frank Ntilikina. The Knicks, though, pick it up in the third quarter. Kevin Knox, the rookie, sensational.
I wonder if they should have played him a little more earlier.
Well, it seems like it's working for them now. That's what matters.
All right.
14-3 run by the Knicks. They were down by as much as 24, so we got a close game in the fourth quarter. Ben Simmons, again, doing what he does best.
Come on, coach. Until someone stops me from getting to the rim, I'm going to keep attacking.
Geez, he shot 10 of 13 from the floor. That's not bad.
Not bad.
Knicks not going away. Kevin Knox, career high, 31. And it's a 2-point game with 3 minutes to go. Joel Embiid took 24 shots, made the most of them. 26 points and 7 blocks. But this, not one of those blocks.
The pump fake got him.
That's a foul. 5-point game with 5 seconds to go. So after making the first 2 free throws, Damian Dotson misses this one. Emmanuel Mudiay with the look.
Oh.
No good. The Knicks fall 108-105. In Philadelphia, they stopped a 2-game losing streak. They have not lost 3 games in a row all season.
Yeah, it's good to see Ben attack the way he did tonight, guys. Understanding, stick to what you do best.
Milwaukee and Atlanta. Taurean Prince getting hyped before the game. It's his first game back after missing 18 with sprained left ankle. But Giannis, he's evolving. We're starting to see this more often.
See, I don't mind that, coach. It's wide open, get a chance to lace him up and let it go versus chasing the 3.
And John Collins, high energy.
That's called a quick bounce.
You're starting to like John Collins, right?
Yeah, I'm starting to like JC.
13 points, 11 rebounds for John Collins. On the other end, Giannis, we saw him outside. Now he's playing like a center's arm.
Oh, Giannis is it's just so unusual to describe the talents this young man has.
Trae Young displays some talents. Not consistent yet, but this one of his good nights.
He's coming, though. I like the fact that he's fighting through those dog days, so to speak.
26 points and 10 rebounds.
Getting those long rebounds as point guards need to get us. Bledsoe, another money ball fly.
And then Bledsoe cutting without the ball.
Nice pass, huh?
Yep, Giannis can do that. He can. 24 points for Bledsoe, 10 assists. This one to Giannis. Guess it's paying it forward.
Yes.
Vince Carter, final tour. Change jersey.
Half man.
You and I are going to
amazing.
exchange maybe sport jackets the other night. What do you think, D?
That'll work.
If there's someone that deserves that, Giannis deserves to have himself a Vince Carter jersey. More game time coming up after this break.
NBA Game Time is brought to you by Kia, official automotive partner of the NBA. Visit kia.com to learn more.
Time to go at the buzzer. Larry Nance Jr., Josh Hart made a bet that the Browns would end the season with more wins than the Washington Redskins.
Oh, not the Browns.
Oh,
onesie.
Josh Hart had to
I
show
love
up
it.
in the onesie.
Say these are great bets.
Some
Oh,
from the past. How about LeBron James showing up in a full
LeBron.
Cubs jersey?
Yep, that was
To honor his
a few
bet
years
with
ago.
Dwayne Wade.
Yep.
Miss Sexton lost that bet. Clemson
Oh,
beating
Clemson, Alabama.
right?
Yes. My goodness.
And
I love it.
that was one. Woo, all the way Clemson Tigers for the national championship. Chris Miles here with the Czar and 3D. Thank you for kicking it with us. 38. Bradley Beal played 55 minutes to get those 43 points. Go along with the 10 rebounds and the 15 assists.
Well, Washington shooting 43% from the three-point line. Good night from the deep area.
Yes, indeed. This could be a marquee matchup right there.
Here's Serge Ibaka after the game.
Yeah. You know, this is NBA, man. You know, I know. And when you relax like we did in the second half, you know, team's gonna come back. You know, because, you know, we start so early, getting easy bucket, and we kind of relax. You know, but they didn't give up. You know, you have to give them a lot of credit because sometimes, you know, when teams down like that, they always give up. But you know, they was keeping fighting, and then that's why we had a close game. Yeah, you know, Kawhi is a tough guy, you know, and he was in great position under the basket and the ball, you know, to grab the rebound. Also, because I was spacing, you know, to let him play one-on-one. That's why I had that open threes. I think tonight he played like a superstar. You know, that's how we need him to play. You know, he did his job. That's his job as a superstar. You know, where we need him to step up and make big play like he did tonight.
Wasn't one of the complaints with Washington that they didn't share the basketball, they didn't move the basketball, and suddenly 36 assists in a game tonight for the Wizards. That's a special number.
Yeah, they've been averaging over 30 assists in the game since John Wall has been out. But, I mean, Bradley Beal, a big part of that. This is the second time in the last month we've seen him get 15 assists. I mean, there's one thing for him to have a 40-point triple-double, triple overtime game against the Phoenix Suns. It's another thing for him to do it, 3D, against a team like the Raptors with the Wizards down in the fourth quarter. Are the Wizards restoring your faith that they could actually be a playoff team this year? When you see a game like this, I know there's no moral victories, but to see how they fought against the team with the most wins in the NBA.
If you're a Wizards fan, Chris, to your question, you saw some fight tonight you hadn't seen in a while. And also to Coach's point with the 36 assists, it kind of feeds off with last year's, moniker where it's coach. When every time John Wall wasn't playing, they said more, we all eat more. Well, 36 assists proves that we all eat. So the question is now, Chris, can you bring this fight you showed us tonight all the way up to the All-Star break to your question, kind of believe that maybe we can fight for a spot? And that's the thing for me, Coach, that don't let this be a one-game stand where you get down by 25 points, your local crowd starts booing you first, and then you get back in the ball again, you find some energy, and then you make a game of it in double overtime.
Hasn't it seemed like Washington's had a horrendous season up to this point? But when you look at the standings, they're 2 games out of the 8th spot for the playoffs, which either means the East is really bad, okay, or they've kind of been deceiving, just hanging around long enough to maybe make a move in the second half of the season?
Well, I think to this conversation, Coach, you can say 1 through 5. Those teams we kind of believe, they're going to be solid. Maybe before Dragic went down for the Heat, you probably would give them a little more, solid playoff push. But 6 down to 10, it's been fluctuating all season long, to your point. So now John Wall goes down, and then they start playing better basketball. But wait a minute, he's your franchise player. So now, from being up in D.C., a lot of the conversation is, well, wait a minute, John Wall's done for the season. This team is playing better. Now, do we make a move for the trade deadline and maybe shore up our front line and make our rebound a little bit better and maybe hold on to that 8th spot?
Well, who's the move?
That's what I'm saying.
Who would the move be?
I don't know.
Because somebody's got an awful big contract there. I mean, like really big contract.
I mean, really big.
Yeah, really big.
I believe you're talking about John Wall.
Who? No.
Well,
What?
yeah.
Well, let's focus on the team with the most wins in the NBA right now. The Toronto Raptors, seeing how they were able to, again, we talked about the Wizards fighting. The Raptors could have easily been like, okay, this is a game where they have the energy, they take the win. Raptors continue to lead the league in wins. Their only loss since the start of the new year against the San Antonio Spurs. We know that was an emotional game for them with Kawhi Leonard going back down there. When you look at this Toronto team, do you see them as being the favorites coming out of the East to go to the NBA Finals? Not just winning the regular season, but going to the Finals.
Well, Toronto, along with Milwaukee right now, are the 2 best teams in the Eastern Conference. And let's face it, everybody was expecting Boston to come out and have a sensational beginning of the season, beginning of the regular season. But unfortunately, this is not the same Boston team that finished up at the end of last year. You have 2 guys that came back that weren't there at the end, Kyrie and Hayward, and the chemistry and the same fire isn't there right now that was there at the end of last season during the playoffs, during that great matchup against the Cavaliers. So, the question is why. Sometimes chemistry is hard to attain. It takes time for everybody to fit and want the same thing.
And with that being said, that's why I would say Toronto yesterday, because of that chemistry. Because everyone wondered when you bring in Kawhi Leonard, how are we going to keep this young man happy? Not playing back-to-back. So I think Nick Nurse, along with Masai Ujiri, is doing all the right things and pulling all the right buttons to keep this chemistry on the right page. So now you look at Siakam, all those Van Vliets of the world, they've all improved over the year. Now that's what makes that bench deeper. C.J. Miles still hadn't shot the ball particularly well. We know how he can stretch the defense. So they're deep enough, Coach, and they still have Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard, who were what? Championship tested.
Yeah, what about Indiana? We need to mention them because Indiana, when they finished up last season, everybody was saying, wow, this team, watch out for them next year. But Oladipo hasn't gotten back yet to that level that he was playing at during the playoffs last year. And a certain guy named Paul George was important to that team last year. So even though they're good, they're solid, this is a tough out to knock these guys out. Still may not be the same Indiana team that we saw last year.
And you have to also mention the Philadelphia 76ers, who are a team that you see the young talent, you see the possibility for some ascension. They were an